every mile matters. Because every mile we run helps to save the Nile. It is in danger, but we can change that. This March 28, 2026, let's do more than just the run. Let's run miles for the Nile. Join us at the Ginger Rugby Grounds at 7 a.m. 30,000 shillings is all it takes to be part of this mission. The Nile has given us life for centuries. Now it is our turn to give back. Sign up today on all our social media handles at Run for the Nile. Pick up your kit at Raja Chambers Parliamentary Avenue, Premier Credit Ginger Branch and all Platinum Credit branches, Rotary UG Office, Nick Building. For more information, call 0773 879 139 or 0752 879 139. Register now and make every mile count.
Welcome to the Wheels of Service podcast, Rotary and Rotaract podcast that cuts across the district 9214 and 9213. It covers Rotary stories. We have people that have walked the journey of service, and every time we bring you stories of these people and what they have seen in communities and the impact they have had and what leadership has done to them. Today, I am lucky to have one of the people that I've seen grow in Rotaract. And most times, if you've seen me talk to her, I've asked her, Ochakola Chim Rotaract, because the age. But yes, today we are lucky to be celebrating the Rotaract Week. And during the Rotaract Week, we celebrate the milestones that Rotaractors have had and share the impact stories. And who else is better to tell this kind of story other than the leader? I am glad to be joined by our DRR Alebar Kanyonza from District 9214 to share with us stories about Rotaract and some of the things she has noticed that Rotaractors have done over the years. Alebar, you are welcome to the Wheels of Service podcast.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
How is your day today?
Exciting. I mean, today is the real day that we celebrate during the Rotaract Week.
Yeah.
So for me, it is exciting.
Going back to 1968, I am sure we were not here, but whoever chose to start the foundation said, the Rotaract said, on this day, let's start an organization called Rotaract, which is part of a bigger organization called Rotary, for those who do not know what Rotary is. And we are lucky to have the DRR who is going to tell us what Rotaract is and the relationship it has with Rotary. And then she will also tell us her story. So let's start with, how did you first hear about the word Rotaract?
Contrary to most people who will tell you I was an Interact, I was never an Interactor. I didn't know anyone in Rotary. But somehow when I just joined my first year at campus, this group of, I think there were about 4 people, they get into the class. In between there, they tell us, there's this club within the school called Rotaract, and we are practicing for this. There was singing and dancing competitions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was the first time I had the word Rotaract. I didn't know any other thing about Rotaract.
Yeah.
And what attracted me had nothing to do with anything I knew.
Mm-hmm.
It was just because they said they were singing and dancing. Yeah, that was it.
So you joined because there was an excitement about you going and to sing and dance in a competition.
Do you know what it means to be in an electronics class where you are barely understanding, and then someone comes and says, in the evening we are practicing for some singing and dancing competition?
Yeah.
That is like a light, something taken off your shoulder of, after this I can go and rest with these people.
Yeah.
I can go and enjoy myself with these people. So that was my first view of Rotaract all the way. So even getting to go there for the first time, that was the attraction point. Yeah.
Now, how do you now learn about it? When do you start becoming curious about what is this thing I'm getting into really?
So we go we had a few practice sessions. They told us it's a Rotary club organizing this. They're going to give us a prize. If we win this.
Yeah.
And they're also collecting money for a specific cause. Yeah, but I didn't, at that point, honestly, I didn't mind that much. It was more of how was I feeling where I am part of these people. What's the whole singing and dancing thing made me feel like. What is funny is I actually missed out on the final competition. Yeah, I didn't attend the competition.
Okay.
But after I kept...
Wait. Did you not attend the final competition because you were bad at dancing or?
We both know that was not the case. But I had curfew.
Yeah.
And it was a Saturday you're not supposed to be at school. What are you doing out of home? So for me and my parents, it was hard for me to convince them that, I have this competition. So I just sat it out. Yeah. I sat it out. I went home and just waited to hear the good news. Yeah, from my colleagues. But after that, I think I went for one more fellowship or one more meeting. Yeah. And then they talked to me and told me, you see, we always meet here. This is a fun group of people. Yeah, some other person who had even been in the campus before comes out and tells me, you want to be active in these things? You should. You look like you could fit. But I mean, for me, it wasn't a big deal. It was of how excited do I feel when I'm part of these people?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was inducted in November. I initially started meeting them in September. The competitions were in October. So I was inducted in November towards the end.
Yeah.
And I know there was someone big that came. We definitely didn't understand the titles. You know us and our titles.
Just before you, I want people to know how old you really are. You're talking about November. Which year are we talking about?
Funny, but I am proud of my journey. We're talking about 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
Just a year after I joined. So
I am sure it was not before you joined.
Please.
Very
Okay,
sure.
it's okay.
Yeah. But November 2014, I was inducted. I definitely didn't understand much of all these theories. We are standing, we are sitting. All I knew is I am joining this group and I am happy to be part of them. So I think for me to feel my first level of impact, we had a project in December. There was always a collection, should I say a collection point for funds. They had a box, I'll call it a glass tin.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was always at the front of the school with people should contribute to this. It was a special needs school in Mbuya.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when I got to know why that thing was always there at campus. So they were getting all of those funds, plus a few that had come from the club and going to see these kids with special needs in Mbuya.
No.
So when we went there, that was my very, very first feeling like we reached their kids. We are here to actually do something. And it's not like I had contributed much. So that feeling of, oh, wow, with the little I had, I mean, this actually something impactful we are doing. So that was that's the actual time that I really felt that, oh, I've joined Rotaract, I've joined something really meaningful. Yeah.
So that's when you get the revelation of, okay,
this is it.
So this is what we actually do.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there something fun that happened at the event? Because I know Rotaractors with the after project thing. Was there something fun about your days at UICT?
It wasn't the after project. I mean, I had to run home.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had curfew and I had to balance it out. But the kids presenting. So, like from what I've told you, you can already tell I love anything choreographed.
Yeah.
So seeing kids presenting and they're happy and they're telling you these are kids that actually have issues or their families abandoned them, but they're happy they're here presenting for you guys because you brought them something nice. And it was towards Christmas, so it was a whole Christmas party setup.
Yeah.
So for me, that was the fun part. Yeah. To me, that was...
You don't have to convince you.
For the after, I remember, I think they dropped me at school and then I had to run home as fast as I could. So I can't say much for the after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, after that, you stayed. How long did you stay in UICT Rotaract Club?
3 years. 3 years, yes.
3 years.
Yeah.
And then you decided to stay longer and transition into a community-based club.
Yeah.
How did that journey feel like?
Transiting was hard. Was hard. So with an institution-based club, most of you are broke.
Yeah.
You do not know where life is going to position you, what is going to happen. So right after UICT, it was we all didn't know what was going to happen. So there's that period of uncertainty.
Uncertainty, yeah.
Yes. And then even choosing a club. Because we had been so active and so loud and everywhere, there were so many clubs that would pitch, please join us, please join us. You have like 5 clubs asking you to join them. I knew that I didn't want to join a club with a very high membership.
Yeah. Why is that?
I didn't want to disappear.
Okay.
And I know not so many people agree. Maybe you might stand out either way. But for me, I felt like if I joined a very big group, I'll disappear. Yeah. Then I didn't want to join a club that was really struggling, because that would mean that the weight will be on me before I am ready.
Yeah.
So I had to look for a balanced section, but also where I felt most at peace when I was with them. So I had about 5 clubs. And then I had more fun, more connection with members of the Rotary Club of Chengera. And I think I had also managed to get myself, I'll call him a mentor from that club. Someone who had tried to give me direction, someone who had linked me up for my second internship was in that club. So that's what eased me into it. But getting used to the new systems, this is not an institution-based club. The demands are a little more, your expectations are more. And then at UICT, I was good at pushing from the back.
Yeah.
I'll do anything you want. I will represent the club, but don't give me a title.
Yeah.
If the title is there, a little bit club admin, like let's hide down here. So when I was getting into Chengera, there was as if this expectation of, you might be a good leader, let's first see. So I felt like they were elevating me a little too fast. It's not that they asked me to be president when I've just joined, no. But there's that, should I call it a pull? You notice people pushing you to
They're
do
preparing
more.
you.
Yes. And me as still into the hiding of, I want to be at the back. I can make noise for you at the back. I'll do anything you want at the back. Yeah.
Oh. Now, you mentioned something that intrigued me. You said a Rotaractor then go to your second internship. How did that happen? Like, Rotaractors have this kind of connections.
Yeah, well, I was doing telecom engineering.
Yeah.
And I think he had been doing computer engineering, something like that. I hope he doesn't shoot me when I mention the wrong course. Yeah. But yes, he was somewhere in line with what I was doing. So, I mean, he got to know that I was looking for internship. And then he suggested a few places, told me he was calling someone. I did the application. Yeah. So it was through the consistent. He kept telling me, no, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to appear this way, you have to appear, but all in a positive manner.
Yeah.
And even after that internship, he maybe I can't say that I got another opportunity from him specifically, but he has been there, always asked about my professional life, how I'm doing, where I'm standing. Even when I chose to change direction, he asked. So it's I got a guide within Rotaract.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Now you are a full member, very active in Chengera, and one of those days I just wake up and I see a flyer of PE. Walk us through that.
To be honest, it was also a bit shocking for me. So, like I said, the club kept trying to elevate me in one way or another. So they hold elections for PE the first time, and someone nominates me. I'm thinking, but I told you people I don't want to be president. I am not into it. And you know, with people, once you give them that vibe of I don't want, they start to maybe look the other way. But also, anyway, the other person that was nominated was also really good. Yeah. So we get to the elections, and definitely the other person goes through because of they owned up to it. They were good. And then there was me saying, no, but I told you guys,
You're not sure yet.
I was not sure, yes. So after those elections, I had this thing of, I'm not one to fail. How did I fail? And it's not like I had interest then, but I was so disturbed by the fact
you were not voted. You're like,
Yes.
yeah.
But then when I was talking to some senior members of the club,
Mm.
told me, no, you don't. You must have a stand.
Yeah.
You don't keep changing. Today you want this, today you don't. Then you say, okay, you leave me in. You see, it's like you're not taking people seriously. You must have a stand. So I think that was my first leadership lesson in between there.
Okay.
So the coming year, I'm nominated again with someone else. And yes, I get through. But at that point, I was now more intentional.
Yeah.
After the first time, I was now more intentional about it. Yeah, so a PE journey, even just picking a committee that you're going to work with.
Yeah.
And then I came with this whole thing of, we need to change systems. We need to make everything shine bright. We need to what? With time, I got to know that that's not how you do, you do things.
Yeah, presidency can humble you.
Yeah, but that was me as a PE. I kept feeling like I want to change
everything overnight.
Must shine. Yeah, I must have a stellar committee. I must.
You must achieve.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was me through the whole PE ship journey, and come to the installation. It was the installation. I was impressed by how supportive people were with me. I mean, it was during COVID, in between, in those small gaps would get, what were they called? They would let us move, then close again.
Yeah.
So in between there, and I'm hosting over 80 people. I think because we initially booked 80 people with a hotel, and then now we are getting 20 more plates. So that support was overwhelming. Yeah, for me, it's still one of the most exciting bits of my Rotaract journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, feeling people give back for all the things we had attended, everything, all of that. Seeing people come through for you. Yeah.
I know. In Rotaract, when you appear for people's events, they normally show back the love, and they come back to you, and sometimes it can be overwhelming. Now, you hinted on the choosing of the board. This is one of the things that actually is challenging.
Yeah.
How did you know that now I have maybe before getting into president, because it's a different thing.
Yes.
You first choose the board.
Yeah.
And you think this is it, and then you get into presidency 3 months, and you're like, so when did you realize that, okay, I think I have the right board, or I chose the wrong people to work with?
I honestly can't say that I chose the wrong board. No. I'm one person that takes her time. I take my time to make certain choices.
Yeah.
And in most cases, because I am trying to review and see whether this is really going to work. So I took some time to actually come out and say, this is my board. Now, with the bylaws of the club, the secretary and treasurer are chosen by the club. So I just had the other team to choose. So I kept trying to see, this person's character is this way. Let me try to see, can I fit this person into this character? I mean, to this role. If I felt like someone was really good at organizing stuff, I pushed them into club admin. If I felt like someone was really good with involving people, creating a home within the club, I made them membership director. So I tried to really match character and the role.
And the roles.
Yes.
Oh. Did they at some point feel like, we all get that. You get tired. Before the year ends, those 12 months are very long.
They are long.
At what point do you feel like, okay, I think I could be this thing alone? Not because they are bad, but because they also have life going on, because they're young people trying to, balance life and Rotaract and everything else. At what point do you feel like, I think, Chintu Demonzeka?
I don't think I ever felt like a Chintu Demonzeka. No, I didn't. So 2 weeks after the installation, they looked down again. So you're leading a club online.
Online, yeah.
We were doing check-ins. We had a very active WhatsApp group for Chengeda and friends. So somehow we kept in contact in as much as it was online. Yeah. I lost my secretary resigned in the first month
Of COVID.
of COVID. Like as soon as the term started,
Yeah.
the secretary resigned.
Mm.
So I forced my vice president to do the reports for me, and somehow he came through. So that alone shows I was not alone.
Mm.
I had a very, very good treasurer. Up to now, I keep telling the club, this is the best treasurer the club has had. I don't care if there were others, but because she was very, very good she wasn't chosen by me, but the fact that she did her role to the best, even with the way that entire period was, I feel like she's the best treasurer the club ever had. Yeah. Then the membership director really tried, honestly. She really pushed. We had 9 inductions through the year. The club admin was always there. The club PR was there. So I didn't feel like I was alone. Even when we had issues within the club and people were making noise, I still had people sit on this side and say, no, we are with this, we're going to do this. So I honestly can't say that I was alone through the year. Yeah.
That's nice because it speaks to how important it is to have a supporting team. They make the year run smoothly. And for us outside here, we do not normally notice the team. We say, hey, that president has really, really performed. And for some reason, when you stand out as president, you get to grow in leadership in Rotary because you're spotted and then you're appointed to positions and things like that. Wow. Must be interesting now. I remember there was an installation at the Rotaract Club of Muyenga Breeze. We sat on the same table. I think that is a year or two after the redistricting. Yeah. And we sat on the same table and we had this, we were talking, and then I was telling you, don't you think you actually fit to become DRR? I don't know if you remember that conversation.
I don't.
Yeah, but then we had that conversation and I said, Hami, I don't want those things. Just like you had refused to become president, you're saying, I don't like those things. How do you then find yourself becoming the DRR?
So, I didn't feel like that just then. It started way back, even when I was at UICT.
Yeah.
I remember I used to see DRR Amina, even when she came to the club. And in my head, I was wondering, did she have to quit her job? Like, because these are so many clubs that she's visiting. How does she make time? How is she able to move around? And in as much as I might seem maybe pretty social, I have a point where I always want to hold back and maybe keep it to my space and the likes. So I couldn't imagine how I have to be out there consistently. Like, it seemed like too much for me. Even the financial bit, like, how are you moving? How?
What point A to B? You're asking yourself questions. Is the district financing and all? Yeah.
It seemed too much. It seemed political. It seemed, for me, that was no. So I right after I finished presidency, I got a role at the district as a vice DCA chair. And even that, I felt like I'd moved around a lot. I could see the DRs themselves were strained. Then there's you because as DCA chair, there's a lot of coordination, and it's a very hard role, and people don't view it that way most of the time until you get into it. So I felt like, seeing the DRs like this, honestly, no. But during that year, I also was nominated by my club to be a country representative.
Yeah.
So meaning I sat on the council that voted the DRR. So sitting through that interview while we were interviewing the people who are supposed to, who had come through, there was a different view. There was a nudge in there.
Yeah.
I think at that point, that was the first. It was okay, maybe it's not so bad. That's when you start to feel like, okay, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I can raise. And I think during that panel, someone mentions and says, but you're not to be a country representative. It's higher than the qualifications are higher than being a DRR.
Yeah, yes.
So that means you would have qualified.
Yeah.
So maybe at that point I started to think about it, but with that Ish, maybe not.
Yeah.
Then my club people started to mention it. And you know, when you're friends with the leaders, people start to say, "Chita bikono yaddako." Chita bikono yaddako. And in that moment, I had not even made the choice to be part of that. So the year right after, I was district treasurer.
Yeah.
And during that year, I was on the PIME team. I saw how things ran. So it kept opening up my mind of maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's not so bad.
Maybe you can manage.
Maybe. So my club also kept pushing me. So I remember we had like a hospitality in about September 2023 as a club. So the topic comes back, and then I'm like, you know what? When the time comes, maybe you could. It's okay.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
You can nominate.
You can nominate me. But I am okay either way, whether I go through or not. It's not a do or die.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah. So they nominate me. We are now in the second half of the year. Towards, I think, this year comes. So this we're hosting as part of the team hosting the DCA.
Yeah.
As particularly on the opening event.
Yeah.
Even in the evening, there was that event. We had interviews for DRRship much earlier. But that entire time, I didn't have it in my head. It was it is okay. Whatever comes out, I am still here to do it, to serve.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. So while these ends, we are running around with the program, what, DR is there, and then she announces me. In my head, I'm thinking, are you sure? Am I the one?
No one had even told you anything like what happened during the interviews, or if you had gone through, you didn't have any prior information.
Like you just notice people looking at you a weird way. No, maybe I just felt that way. But no.
In your head, you're like, matter because I failed, or I've gone, you can't tell.
I mean, the competition was great as with other amazing leaders.
Yeah.
So, and well, to me, I didn't think in that moment, to be honest, I didn't think that my name was the one that was going to be read.
Okay.
Yeah. So just the trip after them announcing, going up the stage, having to say something, just walking down, I felt like a very different person.
Yeah.
Like my world had changed. Just the people greeting you while you're coming down.
The Rotarian standing up to shake your hand.
Right. If I didn't get an anxiety attack, then I don't think I'll ever.
Yeah.
I don't think I will.
Wow. So now you are announced. What happened in your head? Had you started planning how your DRRship would be after you had gotten nominated, or you now you have a blank slate to start planning everything?
I had a blank slate to start planning. Yeah, I know someone told me, no, by the time you go for those interviews, you must even have a DS in mind. But no, I knew if I start thinking that way,
you'll be disappointed.
I'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
So you as a person, you need to leave room for, how you're going to take the news either way. Yeah. And in my head, I was like, maybe it won't be so bad. It won't be so hard to formulate the team and all of that.
Yeah.
I know that the next night at the DCA, someone asked me, so what is your plan? And in that moment, I'm thinking, what do you mean, what is my plan? It was announced yesterday.
Let me first rest.
Let me first get the hang of this whole thing. Yeah. But all I knew was, one, I wanted to really push with professional leadership development. Two, I wanted to empower leaders. Yeah. I knew that whatever I wanted to do was in those lines. And I also knew that the area of focus that I'm most passionate about is basic education and literacy.
Yeah.
So I told the person, I have not properly formed a plan, but I am sure that these are the three areas that I am going to champion. Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. Now, for most of us who have never been DRR and the age can't allow right now, maybe take us through what does it What does it mean to start now choosing leaders? Now you are a leader of the district. That means over 100 clubs in both Uganda and Tanzania.
Yeah.
How do you now start setting down to, okay, now think this is the team that I'm going to work with? How do you identify these people?
One thing I knew, same with when I was president, me, I don't work alone. And I had told the previous DRs, there's no way I'm doing this alone. I'm doing it with you.
Yeah.
So I looked at the potential people and said, you know what, I'll start having conversations. So whenever I would approach someone, the first, actually, I'd say 80% of my team, whenever I would approach them, I'd first ask, so what is your plan for this year? What are you looking at achieving? Before I start to tell them what I think they can do. Because for me, it informed my view of whether they can be part of the team or they cannot.
Yeah.
Definitely, there are those who made it seem like they will be there and are no longer there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was easy for me in a way of I didn't do it alone. I chose my PIME team, then sat with the PIME team, and we looked through each and every club on every corridor and tried to think of potential leaders from each of those.
Yeah.
So right after I had cemented the PIME team, we sat, we tabled. We actually, what we would do, would sit and then say, okay, now let's start Entebbe Road. Now Entebbe Airport, who is there? Let us go now to, after Entebbe, Mkumba Stewards, who is there? Like, would move that road up to town, hit Gaba Road, move up to town, the west from Kabale to. So we would sit, make calls, consult. I called so many people to find out, okay, especially now the ones for even the west, I would even call for second view. What do you think of this person? After that, I would also share with the DRs, what do you think? So for me, the people I chose were not just one person's view. We discussed, we went through it as more than one person. Yeah.
For someone who wishes to ever serve on the district team, what are you always looking at so that they know what they are doing wrong that may not get them into the leadership opportunities?
Knowledge. Their knowledge.
Rotaract knowledge.
Rotaract knowledge.
Yeah.
But also generally their knowledge on leadership.
Okay.
Yeah. Then, I mean, Rotaract knowledge, you might bring in someone and they're willing to learn.
Yeah.
There's a lot about Rotary that even us,
you get to know on their.
You get to know later.
Yeah.
But even that willingness to learn.
Yeah.
The willingness to listen, not just to the leader, but also to the people that they're going to be working with. It is on both ends. Yeah. There are people who are maybe just good at kissing up to the leaders. But when it comes to the people that that they are leading on the other end, they do not listen. So we look for listeners. We look for people who are willing to learn, willing to listen. Yes. People that are committed. If at one point, actually, I think for everyone who first told me no, I didn't reach out to them again.
Because we've already tested that they won't come through.
What are the chances that, I mean, suddenly this person is changing their mind?
Yeah.
No. If you told me no at the start, that's it. I think it's only one person, and because the reason they had given me had changed. And they actually reached out for themselves, and I got to know there was a very good discussion.
Yeah.
They are a leader. So it was easy for me to make that choice.
So it's basically an interview that happens, but not on a question and answer basis.
No.
The conversation, so that you get to know someone deeply.
And now for people like the ADRs, I didn't rush. I think I made a choice on most of the ADRs in January. Like towards the because this year. I needed to see, most of them are usually from presidency. I want to see how you performed as a president. Yeah. How were you able to handle your club? If you can handle those clubs, then you can guide other clubs. But I don't want you to be that leader that comes and wants to change other clubs. You're just guiding. So I did a lot of observation. Yeah, for the ADRs. The others, it was mostly, we went through those lists. And I didn't do it alone. Yeah.
Is this a script that you find there as DRR, or this is something you did alone, or all DRRs go through the same process?
Also, I mean, like I said, I don't work alone. I asked for advice. So I sat with the past DRs and I wanted to know, how did you do this? How did you do that? Some had put out application for people to apply for a position. Some had just gone with their gut and chosen people, maybe with a prime team. So there were different ways in which it can be done. So there's no specific script. Yeah.
Okay.
But also remember, while they're talking to you, everyone tells you whether what they did was a good idea or a bad idea. So you assess and see what works.
And you choose what works and you leave what doesn't. Okay. Now, you talked about choosing from presidents, and I have noticed that over the years I spent in Rotaract, you becoming a president of your club increased your chances of serving the district level. Yeah. By then we still had country and then district level. I don't know whether it's still there now, but there are Rotaractors who have the potential, but maybe may never get the chance to be a president. How do you identify those ones to serve on your team, and which positions can they occupy as
to be honest,
leaders in the district? Yes.
People really get to know you when you're president.
Yeah.
And not just because of the popularity that comes with presidency, but it's the person is tried and tested. Yeah. So over time, there have been people who serve on the district team without being presidents.
Yeah.
And 50% of those disappoint. Because maybe they don't know how to handle
people, deal with teams.
Like someone is talking to people like they are displaceable, yeah? And yet, if you have been president, you don't just come.
I know the test of presidency. It gets to you, and sometimes you feel like, I know my president at some point in Rotaract resigned, and then we forced him to come back.
Yeah, so presidents are usually the tried and tested.
Yeah.
So what happens when we get to know of other people that can serve? Usually it is in recommendation. People will say, no, but this guy from this club, we've seen him everywhere. He's always doing. Now those people make very good on other committees.
Other committees, not a DRR.
No.
It's PR projects and whatever.
Now, to spin that though, it is different in Uganda and Tanzania.
Okay.
In Tanzania, we have ADRs who have become presidents after.
Why is that?
I mean, you find that this person has been very active. They've never been president. They visit clubs. And even the district leaders on that side will say, this person is very good. Then you bring them in and say, maybe they can. And they actually even perform. We've had ADRs of the year from Tanzania who have never been president. And then they become president after.
Oh, wow. Can that same script apply in Uganda?
I think I'll also say that it is easier for us to do it that side because of the number of members.
Oh, yeah.
There are fewer.
And there are fewer clubs, there are fewer members
in
Tanzania. Okay.
So in Uganda, you have so many people to choose from.
No, yeah.
So sometimes the risk is not worth having. Yeah, I know that sounds mean, but sometimes the risk is not worth having. Yeah.
Okay, now, you still have 3 months to go as DRR. What has been your biggest moment so far as a DRR?
Seeing that we do a lot of things, picking the biggest is not easy. I started my visits in August.
Yeah.
And no, actually, I'll start with July. So before the year started, I preached about the basic education and literacy program that I wanted us to push.
Yeah.
And starting from the launch of the year, like from the very 1st of July, I was overwhelmed with just the invites of come to our launch of this project, come to this. Like every club that had a basic education and literacy thing was pushing through the Uplift program. Like that feeling of, wow, the presidents have actually accepted
the message that I shared with them.
Yes, and they are taking on the vision
program,
without even much push. Like that feeling of, yes, people are understanding.
They have accepted me.
Yeah, was honestly heartwarming.
Yeah.
The second would be, now this is, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. So I started my visits in August, and I had expressly said I am starting with Masaka Road 22, the General West.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had insisted on that. So in that very first week, I had a beautiful, and not disregarding the clubs, I had a beautiful visit at Masaka. I had a good time in Bushenyi. I had a good time in Ivanda. Very amazing people. Now, particularly this Kasese visit, when I visited the Rotaract Club of Kasese, we had invited the other two institution-based clubs to come as well. But we had, I think, one from one club and then 4 from the other.
Yeah.
And these 4 people were very, how do I say, they were happy to be there. So they come sit with me and really convince me that the next day, before I leave, because the next day I think I was supposed to go to Mbara, yes.
Yeah.
So they tell me, you know what, please pass by our campus.
Yeah.
It was a nursing school. So we get there, and the pride with which this president sat and said, no, first wait. There's just a briefing, but my people are coming. So at first we are only 5. He has only 5 members around. Some a bit skeptical. Then as soon as the briefing they had in their hall for the institute, over 20 people come and join us. And then they're taking us around, showing us the bins that they've put into the institute, how they are improving the institute in their own way.
Yeah.
That moment reminded me of my days at UICT.
Yeah.
The struggles, but still trying to do your very best to keep up as a Rotaract club. Yes. So that moment was very heartwarming for me. And I was happy that I had visited them. Very, very happy, honestly. Yeah. So I think in that week, it is one of the things that really, really stood out for me. Yeah.
Okay. I will not push deeper because I may make you spill some of the secrets that you have to speak about at the DCA. Then it will not look like it's a surprise. However, the third goal of Rotaract is to provide opportunities for young people to address the needs and concerns of the community and our world. And it's on that basis that we actually, I think, celebrate the Rotaract Week that we are celebrating today and this entire week. What does that mean to you as a Rotaractor and as a DRR?
First of all, I mean, Rotaract Week, but also for 9214, we are celebrating 5 years.
Oh, yes. 5 years of being the district.
Yes,
District 9214.
District 9214.
Yeah.
Seeing that I've been there for all the 5 years.
And very many years before that. Please
we are
mention.
sticking to the 5 years.
Please mention, because when you talk about the 5 years, other people will think you joined Rotaract 5 years ago, but you joined Rotaract in 2014. Think about that.
Yeah, it's a very young girl. Very young. Yeah. But for me, it's about the growth.
Yeah.
Even if I'm to use myself as an example, even if I'm to use from 2014, seeing how I was as someone in service in 2014, clueless, excited, and seeing myself now grounded and sure that this is service is something I want to do for the rest of my life. Yeah. The in between, seeing even just the changes in Rotaract coming from just being sponsored. I'm trying to remember before we were elevated.
Yeah.
The word for it.
Yes. Elevate Rotaract.
Yes, and now we are partners. Yes. That growth of what Rotaract was then and what it is now right for me is big. Yeah, the change is honestly very, very. There's a lot of difference. By then there was a point where we feared Rotarians so much. So much.
Because they're our parents mostly.
And we didn't look at ourselves as people who would get there. And now it's so close. Seeing how we are treated now, we are now given a seat at the table most of the time. Or at least in District 9214, it is happening. We've been able to be ushered onto the table. I'll use the word ushered because you might be shying away, and then
Yeah.
someone says, no, you're supposed to be
You're
part
supposed
of
to be here,
Yes.
yeah. Because I've seen it in clubs nowadays. The president, if you go maybe to a Rotary club and there
Yes.
is a president from their daughter club,
Yes.
yeah, they tell you, you're a president, you come and sit here, come on the high
Exactly.
table, you're supposed to be here.
Yeah, so a lot has changed. How much we can do has changed.
Yeah.
We come from a Rotaract where giving to the Rotary Foundation, we could barely raise 2K. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And right now I'm boasting of $18,000 just in this Rotary year given.
Rotary year, yeah.
Our district altogether has given over 50K. So that difference in how much Rotaract has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing an adaptable Rotaract. Out of Rotaract, I mean, we're in different generations. Right now, the Gen Zs are taking over.
Yeah.
And this is not just there. Even in Rotaract, it's the same thing. We have changed a lot of systems because even the world is changing.
Yeah.
So even that growth, everything in there shows me how far we have come, how we are part of something, honestly, really big and really important.
Yeah.
And for me today, it excites me. I am looking forward to this evening's, celebrations because I already have what I want to say.
Yeah.
I feel like I know or I have seen so much happen or so much change that where we are is honestly very good and very sure that this is not where we're going to be in the next 5 years.
And we're just getting better. We're just getting started.
Better,
yeah.
Yes.
Because I remember we were talking about the changes. I remember a time I was president, the secretary had to write documents to send the report to the district. And now I've realized that things have changed. Now it's a system, just fill in a few things and automated. And that's some good progress. Now, to avoid you from being, to stop you from being biased, I'm going to ask you about your Rotaract moments beside this year as a DRR. Back then, you're just Alebar, you're just a Rotaractor. Which kind of project did you go to and like, this is different? After UICT, of course, the beans and what. Now you are in Shengera and you're a Rotaractor or going to other Rotaract Club projects. Which project has done it for you?
I'll still start with UICT. We had a project that we were doing in Iganga.
Yeah.
At Bwanaheri Memorial. There was an orphanage on site.
Yeah.
Not necessarily an orphanage, but they were taking care of kids.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we, as the team from UICT, had traveled with people who were going for the Kakova project for Natete, but we were going to proceed, first go to ours, and then come and join them again. Are you feeling the dedication already in between there?
That's the craziness about being a Rotaractor.
Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, we proceed, we get to Bwanaheri, and then they show us this kid who had, I think they had an infection.
Yeah.
They had put a hanky on their arm, and there were flies moving around this kid. It was one of the kids being taken care of at that place. The kid was probably like around 9.
Yeah.
On a normal day, if you met someone on the street and that was happening, you want to distance yourself. Yeah. But we wanted to be there. We were thinking of all solutions. We even all started to brainstorm. Maybe they can do this for this kid. Maybe this can happen for, that when you just freeze into the moment and look at what everyone was saying around you, the person you were dealing with, where you were. Yeah, for me, that we were looking at all ways of changing people's lives. We were all tabling, how do we handle that moment? Stuck with me. That moment stuck with me. Now, what is funny is when we get to Kakova, they always had a very huge medical camp.
Yeah.
So while we are there, there's this lady that just starts bleeding. And I don't know whether she miscarried in that moment or she had been trying to abort. I don't know what happened, but she was bleeding and everything was dropping. She's just standing there. She froze. Now, in that moment, definitely we had doctors and what. But here is what happened that was funny. Now, was the girls who had even come for the project, everyone starts to ask, who was a pad, who was a pad? So we are all checking within our bags and looking for a pad. This is not something that was part of the project. And we're not looking for one, like we're trying to put them together because if in any of the cases the person keeps bleeding. So we wanted to give this. So it's not something that was planned or budgeted for. It is within the moment, the flexibility of we've seen something happen.
There is an emergency, there is a need.
We need to do something as quick as possible. That moment as well stuck with me.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yes. So if you notice, these are not things where we've put out a global grant, it's 10,000 USD. No, it is how people are acting in that moment.
It's a 5,000 shillings.
How quick people are responding to, those are the things that stick with me at different projects. Those are the ones that I would maybe expressly say before DRRship that are very quick to mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you describe the Rotaract culture as a whole? For someone who does not know about Rotaract, perhaps they have had things about Rotaract, but they are not so sure. How would you describe the culture, fellowships, projects?
I'll start by telling anyone that is not part of Rotary that the truth is people in Rotary and Rotaract are a sample space of the people within the communities. There are people, if we had a population of 40,000 people around here and 30 of them are in Rotary, they were picked out. They came from that community, so they are not so different. We just have the same maybe vision or view of the world, and we are all trying to do something different. Yeah. Now, whenever people bring out the negative bits of our culture, I am always quick to remind them that these people came from that community. These are the people that you're with in your church circle. These are the people that you're with at your workplace. And I don't think they're only doing whatever they're doing
because of the organization.
Yeah. A rotten tomato will be rotten in Bara, rotten in Kampala, wherever it is, it will be rotten. It doesn't matter.
So what do you think is that culture that makes people think, there is something wrong happening here? The partying after projects.
We spend a lot of time together. We love to have
a family,
fun. Yes, and we love to have fun. And honestly, if we are preaching friendship, networking, family, most of these things are bound to happen. And so it's what everyone outside focuses on. You will have a project the entire day, and maybe there were no pictures taken of whatever, whether they were handouts or the moments within the project. But people are going to be quick to record the alcohol on the table. People are going to be quick to record people hugging. So that is what kills the view from the outside. But also over time, on the inside, we have started to push people and ask them, please post action photos.
Show people what you are doing in the communities. But then the same people out there come out and say, if you're giving, you shouldn't show on camera. So how do you balance that?
That bothered me for a long time, honestly. There would be, there are people even send it to you inbox and tell you you're part of Rotary and send it to you, you see it. But I'm going to put this in the view of a company. Over time, people in PR have told us all PR is good PR. Whether it's something bad happening, whether it's something bad happening or something good happening, it is still drawing attention to this. I think for us as Rotary, it is okay for us to post.
It's not to show off. It's not to show what we're actually doing and attract more people.
It's just us telling people this is what we are actually doing. Please join us. Please join us. Because honestly, we are not posting everything. We're definitely not posting. No one posted the kid with a rotten arm or the kid or the lady who
bleeding,
miscarried. No one posts that. They posted handing out books. They posted serving porridge. They didn't post that actual moment. So I don't think we post everything. It is just us trying to show people or tell people this is our image. This is exactly what we do. we're not trying to make the people in the communities feel bad. If anything, first we want we want them to be happy.
And be happy and be part of
Yes.
this bigger thing.
Yeah.
Okay. As we come to the conclusion, quickly, what would you say has changed you as a Rotaractor? Could be career, could be friendships. What has made you feel different since you joined?
A lot of things, honestly.
Mm.
But maybe the bigger difference is seen in leadership.
Yeah.
We were talking about what it means to be president
Mm.
and how things on the outside fine tune you.
Yeah.
On them, like it's not you changing.
Yeah.
It is the people,
The people
changing.
the
You are showing
environment.
you this is what
Mm.
leadership should look like.
Yeah.
Going through before presidency to the district positions to now being there, my outside, it is Rotary that has sharpened my leadership skills.
Mm.
Made me a better leader. Yes, maybe I could have been a class monitress in primary school or secondary school, but being a very good leader, it also changes different things about your character.
Mm.
It changes certain how you address issues generally. Yeah. I am a more calm person now.
I have noticed.
Yeah. I'm more calm. How I handled issues then is not how but then it was firefighting.
Mm.
But now you breathe in, listen. There's a whole step-by-step process that you have before you react to something.
Yeah.
So a lot of changes within me are because of the leadership.
The leadership.
Yeah. With the friendships, I would say I made very good friends from the very first year I joined.
Yeah.
They've been the same friends I've had. Yeah. I have had a bond with the same people.
Please mention names. I want to see if my name is there or we cancel the podcast.
Unfortunately, you don't want to relate with me. Also because you are older. It becomes a bit hard. But the ones who are my age.
Producer and was that Kumewa.
Yeah, but for example, Amito Gloria.
Yeah.
We've grown through this together.
Yeah.
We were inducted same day, we were same class, we were seatmates.
From campus.
Yeah. So even with our different jobs, we have grown through this. We joined the same club. We've both been presidents of that club. She's currently the district PLD chair. When I was boasting about the membership chair, when I was president, she was the membership chair. So even now when I was going to be DRR, I wanted someone who knows me to be on that position that I think she would bring it out properly.
Yeah.
So she's now the district PLD chair. Oh. So we've moved this journey through together. We've held each other's hands all through. Jennifer Chiwanuka, in as much as that she's not so active, but she's there and she understands Rotary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've had the friends have been the same. We've held
There's some of your friends
hands
that actually have disappeared.
Yeah.
I know of Little, Brenda, Jennifer. What do we do to bring them back? Because now these are people who actually understand Rotary.
Little is actually a member of my club.
Oh, but she's not just as active as she used to be. She's just not
as active as she used to be.
Yeah.
So the other thing we need to understand is between 20 to 30, honestly, a lot of things are happening.
Yeah.
Life is happening and you're trying to, find your ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes maybe someone is posted up country, they have had time, or maybe they're unemployed and so it's not very easy to always show up. Or sometimes they're starting families. Yeah. And to be honest, when you have very little babies, it's not very easy. You can be a member, but it is not very easy
you can't be that active and in the day-to-day running of the club.
In as much as the names you've mentioned are not so there, trust me, they keep up. They keep up. When there's a big event, they'll show up.
I've seen them at events,
Yeah, they'll show up, they'll be there. There have been things that where I've wanted contributions and they've come through. They've contributed to them. Yeah, so the spirit hasn't died. It's just they're trying to fit into the world and also Rotary as it is.
Awesome. Now, two very important questions. Yeah. These are not These are not my questions. These are questions from our viewers. The few I shared with about hosting here today. The first one is, where do you get the money you spend as DRR? You're always looking good, always wearing very nice shoe.
Have you seen that shoe?
I have seen the dresses, like what you call here. How do you work it out financially?
If I was in church by now, I'd have said it's just the grace of God. Surely, it's the grace of God. So there is, okay, one. I'll start with the first one. Yeah. As a leader, there's some sort of investment you make.
Yeah.
There's some sort of investment you make. Definitely, the district is not going to give you money to go and buy a dress.
Yeah.
They're not going to give you money to go and buy a shoe. Yeah. They're not going to give you money to eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's some sort of investment. I am still employed. Yeah. In as much as I take a lot more time out of my workplace, but I always try to catch up. I am still employed. So mnange, the money for the shoe came from my workplace. Yeah. But also, yes, there is a budget for things like visits. Yeah. It at least covers the core.
So, the core costs.
Yes. It will cover the core. But as a leader, you must invest.
You must invest.
To be honest, you must
Now,
invest.
this is the question. Is it worth it? Is the investment worth it for you personally? The investment not only as a DRR, but as a Rotaractor over time. Would you look back and you're like, don't count, because you may cry on set.
All right?
Don't count, but just, do you think it's worth it?
I think it is worth it. If it wasn't worth it, we would not all be doing it.
You wouldn't be here for over 11, 10, 12 years now? Yeah, that old, but it's allowed.
I hope people know that you're older than I am and you only transited last year.
It's okay.
So, with that being said...
Maybe you're kidding me on my own set. But it's okay.
I don't think, because, I mean, Rotary... Okay, let me concentrate on Rotaract. In Uganda alone, we're over 5,000 Rotaractors.
Yeah.
9213 and 9214, Uganda alone. Yeah. And everyone is still trying to give.
Yeah.
Can't tell me 5,000 people are wrong. But also, the gains honestly make the money seem like nothing.
Yeah. True. That's true.
Yeah.
I've personally witnessed it.
The circles you're mixing in, these are people you're with at an event, and you can talk to them, you can express yourself.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't do the same at a workplace or other places that you meet them. Yeah. The level of impact, you can't build schools with the money you have.
But you can put a brick towards.
Exactly. So the gains or the impact we are making is way bigger than the money.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for being on this podcast. Your last message to the Rotaractors and Rotarians listening in.
My last message is, don't tire. Don't tire. It's all worth it. It is really worth it. I mean, a few bad days and 50 good days. The good days are always outstanding. Yeah, don't tire. You're making a better place for not just those people, but even us that you spend your time with. We leave these fellowships feeling whole because we had interactions. Yeah. We leave these fellowships feeling enlightened because of the things we are learning from each other.
Yeah.
So don't tire. Stay around. Stay in service.
And transit to Rotary.
Yes.
I hope to see you transiting next year into Rotary, because the time is due, the age is demanding.
The problem is you think we are age mates, but yes, I'll transit.
Thank you so much.
We are glad to be hosted by Molecule, and they have a branch on 29th March at only 175,000 if you pre-book, or 200,000 if you walk in here on 29th. You will get unlimited services, unlimited food, and unlimited drinks. And they have a special offer every Monday for pizza. You buy one, get one free. Not forgetting, it's Ramadan. And when you come here for iftar, it's only 49,000 shillings. Please come and visit Molecule because they support us, and the podcast will grow because we have a home.